All right, guys, you have been asking for my top 5 neighborhoods in Roseville. Well, today we're about to get into it. Let's go. All right, guys, so our first stop for today is going to be Johnson Ranch. Johnson Ranch is one of those places that you're really going to get some bigger houses. You're going to get, well, here, let me just show you. We're at the first house, as you can see behind me. These houses out here have a lot of character, right? You've got brickwork. You can see the front porch behind me has some detail in the railing. This property right here is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Has had some updates. I'll throw some pictures up there for you guys so you can see it. Also, property is actually listed at $925. So as you can see the detail in it. You can see we've got multiple levels on this one. They also have a pool in the background, I believe, on this one, but I'll double check on that for you. Now, for the most part, in Johnson Ranch, most of these houses around here are going to be in that 900 range. We can find some houses a little bit cheaper, but really, I would say you're going to be 900 to $1 million in the area. I'm going to drive around, show you the different styles of houses that they have around here. Also, there is some new building, but for the most part, Johnson Ranch has been completely built out. But we are also just not too far from Kirby, so we're also pushing right into the Granite Bay area. Now, in Johnson Ranch, there's going to be a lot of gated communities. Also, with that gated community, of course, there is going to be some, of course, HOAs. The house that we were looking at just a minute ago, that property has an HOA of about, I believe, $150. And you're going to find, just depending on exactly where you're at in Johnson Ranch, somewhere between $100 to $200. Pretty much is just going to take care of some of the green belts out here. It's going to take care of some of the gates, of course, in the neighborhood. But like I say, for the most part, you can get really large 3,000 plus square foot homes in the area. A lot of these houses have been remodeled. Most of the houses here were built around the early 90s. So, but you're going to see, like the one that I'm approaching right now, it's got new stucco work. They really updated the whole property. Other than that, we're in Roseville, so school-wise, you've got great schools here. Not too bad. Jump on Kirby, you can get to freeway access pretty quickly. We've got the Kaiser, and also we have Sutter medical hospitals, both really close. For shopping wise, you are going to have to go through a little bit of traffic, but you're in Roseville, so of course you got the Galleria Mall. Other than that, they are building new shopping centers around here pretty quickly, and because of our location, you can jump into Granite Bay pretty quickly. There's that new shopping center that they're building out right now as well. Let's go ahead and drive around, show you some of the different styles of houses out here. If this is something that you guys like, let me know, and we can actually do a couple tours of some of these properties, hopefully for you. I'll see you at the next property and next neighborhood. All right, guys, we are in neighborhood number 2. We're actually in Stone Ridge. One of the things about Stone Ridge, those are your views, right? A lot of these houses end in some sort of a cul-de-sac, and you've got just these beautiful views sitting on top of a little bit of a perch, and you really got, like I said, beautiful sunsets, right? From there, kind of show you some of the houses. Property right here behind me, that one actually is currently on the market. Most of the properties around here are going pretty close. I'd say average about 900. The one behind me is right at that 9999, right across the board. It's got a pool. It's had some floors updated, kitchen updates. I'll throw some pictures up for you guys so you can check it out. But for the most part, most of the houses around here are going to be in that 900 area. Cool thing about Stone Ridge is, one, we've got a lot of gated communities, so that's always a good thing. There is going to be some HOAs with that. We do have Mello-Rooses out here because the houses are still a little bit newer than like where we were coming from like the East Sac area, right? That's where Johnson Ranch was. This property right here is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and 2,657 square foot. And like I say, as you can see, beautiful neighborhood. It looks like I might be a little bit blown out from the sun here, but just really, again, wide streets. You're central, still pretty close to the hospitals here. Freeway access, you're just down the street from the 80. Other than that, Lifetime Fitness is right down the street. And Stone Ridge is just really a nice neighborhood because we can get really anywhere in Roseville pretty quickly because of where we're located at. Now, we do also kind of butt up to Granite Bay here, even though we are more central. We're kind of also hitting that little corner of Granite Bay as well. Other than that, for your commute wise, like I say, you can jump on the 80 pretty quickly if you need to get to downtown Sacramento, or because of where we're located at the 80, you can also jump on that 65 pretty quick if you need to get, say, going up north up into like the Lincoln area or a little bit higher. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna do the same thing. We'll do a quick drive around, kind of show you the neighborhood, let you see what you're actually getting. I'm gonna try to get a couple more views in there, and then I will hopefully show you some of these gated communities as well. All right, guys, we are at the next neighborhood. We are at Highland Reserve. Now, Highland Reserve is one of those areas that everybody falls in love with. Actually, the house right behind me here, that 2-story, just recently closed at $725. For the most part, you're gonna find houses in this area, high 6s, low 7s. There are a couple little spots where you can get into the, say, high 8s, close to those 9s, but for the most part, most of this area is going to be right in that high 6, low 7 area. The one behind me, just to kind of give you a little bit perspective on it, is 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Basically, a half bath was downstairs, and square footage was just a little over 2,200 square foot. Now, Highland Reserve is one of those areas that I really like. It's where I got a lot of clients actually moving to. One of the big reasons why is because it's centrally located. We're pretty much right in the middle of everything. We got Topgolf not too far from us. You've got 2 huge parks in the area, as well as you've got your shopping all the way around, just down the street from the mall as well. You've got plenty of different types of gyms, and of course we're in Roseville, so all the schools are going to be those A and B rated around here. In the Highland Reserve area, the other good thing, or the thing that I really like about it, is if you're a young family, or if you're established family, it's a great area to raise kids. As I'm walking around the neighborhood right now, you're going to see a ton of basketball hoops out there. You're going to see a lot of the kids stuff out there, but everybody really keeps the front yards clean. Highland Reserve has decent sized front yards for you. Trees are grown in pretty good. You're pretty established. Most of the houses around here are going to be built in that late 90s, early 2000s. So established neighborhood, you know who your neighbors are as soon as you move in. so, which is great. You got pretty quick access to freeways. 65's just right around the corner there. 80's not too far, but you're just going to use the 65 to get to wherever you need to. And the other thing is there's a lot of community events in Highland Park. Now, with these properties, you are going to get more of that stucco look. The houses, even though they have some room to move, the backyards, again, kind of depending on what lot you're at, most of them have some decent sized backyards, whether you want to put a pool in, if there is a pool, which you're going to find a lot of in this area because of the families, or if you're just looking to have a little space to entertain, you can find that here pretty easily. And then for the most part, most of the houses in this area, like I mentioned, the house that just sold for $725, most of the houses in this area are gonna be at around, say, about 1,600 up to about 2,500 square foot. So again, you get a lot of bang for your buck in this area. Great schools that are not too far. You can pretty much walk to 2 of them, and those 2 huge parks in the area. So I'm gonna go ahead, do my drive around, show you guys the housing. You're gonna be able to see, like I say, on that drive, a lot of the established trees, show you a couple of the parks, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we are in the next neighborhood. This is my second to last neighborhood. We are in Fitiment Farms. Now out here, like the house right behind me here, that's currently listed, you're gonna find a lot of newer houses. Most of these houses have been built in basically the last couple years, right? The one behind me right now was built in 2020. Average price point in this area is going to be $700. You're gonna be low 7s to mid 7s. We do have some houses that are a little bit lower than that, but the most part, like I said, you're gonna be in that 7 range. The neighborhoods here are still being established. There also is some new builds still going on in the area as we're filming, but Fitiment's getting pretty close to being built out. You're gonna get some good lot sizes out here. We are in West Roseville, so when it comes to really getting onto the freeway, it's gonna take you a little bit more time. You pretty much have to take the 65 or go out baseline to grab the old 99. But one of the nice things out here is they are getting some shopping. We've got the new Raley's One has just come into play. We've got Safeway, Nugget, all out here. A lot of new food places coming out as well. You're going to have Mellows out in this area just because it is newer built. But again, if you want that newer built, if you don't want to have any worries about repairs on the property or anything like that, this might just be the area for you. You're getting a lot of families here, young professionals. For the most part, people are working at home, and then, or I should say, working remote. And you're going to get a lot of, I find a lot of firefighters, a lot of police officers are living out in this area. But just look at the cleanliness. There's parks all over the place. Backyard wise, there are some larger lots here, but for the most part, you're going to have a little bit smaller backyards. You're going to, and that's why they built all of these parks in the areas. A lot of walking trails, a lot of green belts in the area for the family to enjoy. There are some community events that happen out here, and also, if you like gambling, you're not too far from Lincoln and Thunder Valley. I'll drive around, show you some of the different areas, try to get some of that green belts in there for you guys so you can kind of get a glimpse of that. But for the most part, West Roseville is one of those areas that a lot of people I'm seeing are coming out here. They're really liking it. It's kind of that first stop before you really go anywhere else in Roseville, and then from there really just enjoying it. The other cool thing is in Fitment area is we actually have the elementary school right here, actually just a couple blocks down, and everything kind of revolves around that school. If you look at an overhead map, you're basically going to see that there's this big just circle or U that all these houses are really built around. A lot of the trails end up just dumping you right at that school. So walking the kids in the morning, very easy to do. Riding bikes over there, same thing. So that's pretty much it for Fitment Farms. Let's go ahead and show you the neighborhood. Okay guys, we are in our last neighborhood, one that I hold near and dear. We are in West Roseville. All right, we are at West Park, Roseville. West Roseville, it's a little bit out there, but West Park is one of those areas where you can get yourself a house just like that. This is gonna be a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, just a little over 2,260 square foot. It's got plenty of room for a pool to go in there. You are going to have a smaller front lot in this area, but they do try to give some of that back to you in the backyard. Now, West Roseville is one of those areas for me, since I do live in it. I love moving people out here. Few things that we love about it is, one, there's trails everywhere for the family to walk around. Those trails go to all the schools: high school, elementary, and middle school. With that being said, not a lot of HOAs out here. I'm going to show you some different areas that will have maybe a few HOAs. For the most part, you're not getting a ton of HOAs. Most of the houses out here are going to be a little over 2,000 square foot. But we do have some townhomes that are going to be 16, actually up to about 28, just the way that they actually built them. So that's another thing I like about it. You get a lot of different houses. All the other neighborhoods that I showed you, you're pretty much at your, you kind of have that same look throughout the neighborhood. West Park is going to have different looks. I would say the average house price is in that 700 range, but you can find houses in the 500s all the way up to just pushing into the $1 million range. A lot of activities going on out here. They just opened up a couple new places. Again, we're pretty much butting up against Fitment area there. So you've got the new Rayleigh's one, you've got the Nugget. We also just got a new area which they are doing. It's called Kitchen 747. Great food out there, great atmosphere. It's inside the neighborhood. Other cool thing is we've got that new high school, which I'll hopefully show you a little bit of an aerial right now. With that, you're seeing a lot of growth in the area. So you still can find some new houses out here, but they're just about done with West Roseville area. So they're starting to kind of push out a little bit more down baseline. Only problem with living out here, I would say, is the freeway access. As we get busier and busier, it's kind of a little bit harder to get to that 65 just because there's so many lights that are being involved. But if you want some room to move, if you want a lot of parks, and I'm talking a lot of parks for the family, and every single park has its own vibe, its own thing happening, you're gonna really like it out here. If you've got a family, there's kids all over the place. During Christmas time, holidays, stuff like that, you're gonna see kids everywhere. Now, golf carts, or I should say the golf course, is right on the other side, Timbers Golf Club. They have actually 2 golf clubs there. They've got a 9-hole and they've got an 18-hole. Really good food at both of them. One has a little sandwich shop. The other one is actually a full-on restaurant. 55 and older community over there. So you're not going to, West Park isn't technically a golf community, but because it's so close, I would probably say every other neighbor around here has some sort of a club car that they're driving around. Other than that, Melrose, no real Melrose in most of the areas. Some of the new areas that they're still building in will have it, but we actually have just a special assessment tax out here, which is kind of cool. So basically it's a very small percentage when you sell your property that does have to go back, but that keeps everything nice. It keeps the green belts going. They also, when it comes to landscaping, every single season they're kind of changing up what they're bringing in here for you. So really nice area. I'm going to do a quick drive around. Like I say, you're going to see a few different houses or styles of houses. So like I say, depending on what you're really looking for, West Park, Roseville, it might be your place. And then we'll just wrap this video up after that. All right, guys, so that is pretty much it. Those are my top 5 neighborhoods that I really enjoy moving people to in the Roseville area. Like I say, near and dear has got to be West Roseville or West Park Roseville, just because I actually live out in the area. But any of these places are great, and as you can see, Roseville has a lot to offer. Whether you're looking for a house in the low 5s or you're looking for a house in, you know, in the multi-million-dollar range, there is something for everybody. And remember, we got low crime rate out here. We've got a community that really cares about its neighbors. We've got schools that are all top rated. Trails throughout, there's always something to do out here, right? So if this is something where you guys are really thinking about coming out to the area and you guys want to tour some of these neighborhoods or maybe some different neighborhoods, one of the places that we didn't get to that I actually still really enjoy just because the look is downtown Roseville. They've got a lot going on down there right now. They're pretty much revamping it, and like we've talked about in other videos, they're even have incentives out there for people to build granny suites just because they really want to promote that down in that area. So depending on what you're looking for, whether it's investment property or you're coming out here with the family, this is a great place to live. Now, if you guys got everything that you guys needed out of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ding that bell as always, because we've got new content coming out for you guys every single week. I know this one was a little bit longer, but I wanted to make sure that you guys actually got to see the areas where we're moving people to and why people like it so much. As you can see the cleanliness, you can see the care that the neighbors are all taking care of their homes, and you can really see the different types of properties that you can buy in the Roseville area. So hopefully, like I say, you guys got everything you needed out of this one. If you need something else, if you guys need to meet, we'd love to meet up with you guys. Hit that link button for the Zoom call. Leave us a message, text us, call us, anything. We're here to help you guys out. Me and Deborah love showing you guys around the area, and we love selling you guys houses. So we'll see you on the next one.